Hey, this is SZA. You're listening to Black Girl Podcast with the most beautiful, intelligent, eloquent black girls around.
Black Girl Podcast, episode 27. Yep. I'm Scotty Bean.
I'm Safira M.
I'm Gia Peppers.
I'm Bex.
You gotta do the way you usually introduce.
I'm Rebecca.
I
say it at the end.
Oh, okay, that's even great. Go ahead, Lee.
Stay till the end of the episode, guys. It's just like a Marvel movie. Don't leave.
Dead ass, though.
But I'm Alicia P.
All right, guys, this is 27. Wow. Episode 27.
That's crazy.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Ungawa. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda
forever.
Okay, so let's test our blackness right now. How many times have you seen the movie?
3
Alicia
times.
first.
Once. So ashamed.
Ditto.
I'm supposed to go see it on Sunday.
Well, I am the blackest according to the study.
Yes.
I've seen it 3 times.
Oh, really, Rebecca? Once?
Once.
Okay. Did you pay?
about to say
Did you
0.
guys pay to see it?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
And I paid for my
See,
dates
that's where
too.
I'm fucked up. I'm the least because I went to a screening. I'm gonna go tomorrow though. I'm definitely gonna check it out again tomorrow because they were smoking in the theater, and it got too black for me.
What theater? What town were you
Smoking
in?
that
In LA.
Really?
And
All-Star weekend.
yes, oh yes,
Okay.
Gia was with me. They were smoking in there
Let's balance it
and
off.
just
hey, let me
don't give a fiddly fucked. Like none of it
Lil
mattered.
Yachty was
Commentary was probably lit though.
nice. Well, we
No.
were trying not to hear what they had to say. We were trying to hear the movie.
Oh, okay.
You want to hear
Sometimes
what Lil Yachty
commentary's
had to
fun,
say?
though.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably wouldn't hear
Understand
him. His voice
what
too
he said.
goddamn
Right,
deep,
exactly.
So,
So there was nothing. So I mean, but it was a great movie. I loved it.
yeah.
I loved it. Oh, Rebecca, please. We just got on here. Yo, we just got on here.
No, I'm
bro.
not gonna say nothing.
Don't do
Wait till
that.
Women's Month.
No, what? That's 3 days. It's fine.
No, you can't do that because there was some strong women in there too.
Women in
So
there.
I guess we just got to wait till
Facts.
April.
Yep, because we're not tearing it down during Black History Month.
It's not a tear down.
It's not a tear down. It's a
Pick apart.
a critique.
It's a pick apart.
If you lead the conversation,
Sure.
Let's
I mean,
go there.
okay, so yeah,
Let's
I can
start.
lead the conversation.
Okay, so let's start about the things that we
rat-a-tat-tooey.
didn't really like, and then
No, it's
end
not.
it with the positive things.
Obviously, yes. I love the movie. I love the movie. I saw it after the first 3 days that everybody saw it. So I'm not sure if this is what kind of jaded my view on it, but it was a regular Marvel movie to me, in my honest opinion. And I think all Marvel movies are great. I walk away from like almost every Marvel movie like, yo, that was such a dope movie. But I feel like some of our people, and I know y'all gonna tweet me and
Coming
say a
for
bunch
you.
of stuff, but I just felt like
At Safira M.
loading up.
y'all
EM.
should. I just
That's
feel
right,
like
EM.
everybody's taking it like this is the movie that set their pride to the top, and I was like, yo, if this is the shit that set y'all pride for being black to the top, there's a deep problem. in our
I'm
community.
just happy it's happening.
I'm happy
It
it's
needs to
happening too.
happen.
Don't get me wrong. It was an amazing movie, but this is not the movie that's about to make me feel even more empowered as a black woman. That's just my
Really?
thing about it. Yeah, it was a really good movie. Well done. Ryan Coogler went deep
Shout out
in
to
with the
him.
culture, you know, like
He's a
respect.
baddie, by the way.
He is a baddie,
a
but
little
hey,
baddie.
to
Ryan
his wife,
Coogler.
He got that mouth.
also married.
Oh,
Married.
yeah. sorry. He has
Like-
a nice married mouth.
It just didn't make me feel like,
Sorry.
ooh, yeah.
And I like his
I gotta wear a dashiki and all of that. I gotta do.
I'm the best.
Did y'all see some of the clips? They had African dances. I was like, oh, I know that dance. That's crazy. They
up.
have
Let it
ceremonies
happen. It's
before the
beautiful to
fucking
watch.
theater.
Hey,
Let it
Ceremonies,
happen.
y'all. Ceremonies.
Let it happen. Just let it happen.
Are
we
any
need,
of
we
us
need it. We
in
need
here
it.
like African?
But
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all of African descent, but I mean like first generation, like just because when I talk, so growing up in school, like everybody in my type of community had made fun of Africans. Like everyone in school, everybody, like it wasn't cool to be African. Like everybody was always like playing with them, making fun of them, trying to belittle them because their accents were different, because they were different. I think, and I saw one of my friends tweet this, like, you know, it's not necessarily about that like it's a Black Pride movie. It's like finally something makes African culture look cool and interesting and dope, and something that we should appreciate, and brings us to the forefront of not only a national conversation but internationally. It makes them proud, and I'm proud because we all from there. For me, I was like, yes, turn up.
First of all, don't try to make me feel bad with the little sob story, because I'm sitting over here like, damn, I feel bad for them African kids in Gia's class.
And in your class too, you probably made fun of them too.
No, I didn't. Have you met my parents? And I think I was telling Rebecca that, like, I think that's why I was just like, oh, okay, this is a good Marvel movie. I was engulfed in that shit. Wakanda ain't fucking new to me. I lived in Wakanda.
Where did you live in Wakanda?
21st Street.
Oh, okay.
I'm just the way that the way that I grew up, I just was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's why my opinion on it was like, I don't need to see 10 ceremonies before Wakanda. I wore some sweats. It's just my view on it. I thought it was an amazing movie.
When has there ever been a film that has had this much box office success and this much international praise and impact that has featured people of color and African people? Like that's where I think
all
people,
black.
you know what I'm saying? That's why I think
on
people
a mainstream
are so
level. That's what we have to say.
That's okay.
All black cast on a mainstream level.
My thing.
And Marvel never had Marvel, exactly.
Guys, cool.
Sorry.
Here's my thing. I do think that's absolutely amazing. Outstanding. Fucking dope. But it was a Marvel movie. I asked me what I thought about the movie. It was a great Marvel movie. I didn't walk away from it like, yo, that was the best movie. I gotta see that shit again. I'm sending 105 kids to see the movie tomorrow. So I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, shout out to that city.
Sassbox is sending 105 East New York, Brooklyn children to see Black Panther. Thanks to people like you guys. Thanks to Black businesses chipping in. We got together. I bought the first 10 seats, and everybody else was like, let's do this.
That's popping. IMAX tickets are not cheap.
I mean,
they were a nice.
Yes,
I respect your opinion.
Thank you.
But no, man, that shit was popping.
I said Wakanda forever.
I almost every time, Deanna can attest this because I'm very dramatic. When I was watching, I was clapping like,
oh my God.
I love
each
scene. Stop. I was having such a great time. I'd seen it 2 times by then. I just loved it. I don't know. So for me, I mean, one of my dreams is to be in a film like that. And to be like kicking butt as a Black woman. And so that was the first time.
You're going to have the accent too?
Yeah. And that was the first time. I'm being Black woman 3 when it's in theaters. That was the first time that I had seen a Black woman actually be in a Marvel movie. Kicking butt. Not as like a detective. Not as somebody that's like in the FBI that's going like an actual heroine in the movie kicking butt. So Denai's scene when she took the wig off and then started, I was like, oh my God, this is real. That's representation. So for me, this movie means more than like, and then I know you've seen the videos of the little boys that's like, that's me, I'm gonna be him. Like that's why I like, I don't know. It's just so much that's happening.
Cool. That's cool.
And that's why you want to send the kids.
Yes, for representation.
Okay.
The movie, y'all said, what did you think of the movie? I thought it was a great Marvel movie. Okay. I'm not taking away from the fact that it was a full Black cast. I'm not taking away from the fact that it hit 700 million today. I just thought it was a really good Marvel movie.
Okay, who's next?
Right.
Leisha.
Well, I do agree with you to a certain extent. I also hate when the hype happens prior. Like, it's hype. Yes. Best movie of all time. Because then when you get there, you're expecting best movie of all time. And then you get there, and it's not the best movie of all time, but it is definitely an impactful movie that should be seen by the masses. And it deserves all of the credit that it's getting, all of the praise that it's getting. I just like how they kept a lot of the... like, they're just little simple things that I like. For example, when Lupita kicked her shoe off and started beating people with her shoe, and she got, first of all, that it doesn't get any blacker than that. Let's be very clear. It doesn't get any blacker than that. But like the little pieces that they did when she got back in the car, she didn't have her shoe on. Just stuff that they kept true to like what they felt, life, and just what they thought Black culture was, not relating the shoe. And not her not having a shoe on relates to being Black culture, but just little details that they paid very much, very close attention to. And just all of the undertones. The fact that she didn't want to have the wig was a straight European hairstyle. She was like, this shit is trash. Like, I thought all of that was just dope that they kept in there. Like, all of that was what we needed to see. Like, yeah, you know, we probably should not be always rocking our hair straight. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but just appreciate the natural, appreciate all of that. All of those undertones, like, that were slightly touched and spoken on was done cleverly. Shout out to Ryan for that. Other than that, I don't know. I'm pretty much what Gia said, what you said about it. Just a little undertones like that. But I know
you don't know nothing because I didn't say anything yet. It was a good movie.
Okay. And
and she just knocked like President Obama.
It was a good movie.
You weren't. I
I wasn't like, oh my god. I was
God.
like, okay, yeah, I have to go see it because it's just so much. I was even deterred to seeing it because of all the hype. I'm like, I know it's not going to be that because I actually do watch Marvel films outside of Black Panther. So I approach it from, and excuse me if this is offensive to anybody, from a geek point of view. Like, I'm geeked to see Marvel films because of the universe, not necessarily because of the characters that are in it. And I liked it. I think Sterling K. Brown did an amazing performance as infrequently as he was featured in the film. I think Black Panther did a great performance. Of course, Lupita did a great performance. The women, just in general, did an amazing
you're skipping around.
The women did amazing performance.
So you don't like Chad and Michael?
No, Chad did good.
No, she said Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't like Michael?
I wish I could have saw her face.
I couldn't. I'm not gonna say
Bay?
I didn't like Michael B. Jordan, but I was apprehensive because I saw him in the trailers and like I don't believe him as a bad guy. Right. I just don't get it. I don't see it. Now, were there moments where I was like, oh shit?
I'm a little
he scared me.
When he yoked up Shorty from the neck, it was like when I
did
say
not
do
like
that
that,
shit,
no.
do it. I was like, this bitch about to fucking die. This bitch about to fucking go. That was a good point.
What about
he
when
was like-
when he took his shirt off and was like, I killed everyone to kill you, and then I was like, woo,
no.
I was scared.
It was like
scared.
almost
You know what
had
it is?
it.
He had to be a villain, but also
Fine as hell.
playing Ebonics with it too, because he was the African American experience. He was the forgotten out of Wakanda, which
The
was
lost
the
tribe.
lost tribe. So him trying to play that into being a true and through villain was just hard for me to like accept when I heard him like execute that. Maybe it's just me and I'm just particular, but
It was the writing of it. I think
the writing of it
yes.
too. And I know a lot of people at the end were like so like happy that he said that final line. Like I'd
Love that
rather
line. Forgot to mention
I'm
that.
sorry.
that shit was
Nah,
fire.
that
I
was
understand the impact of that statement. I understand the depth of it. I understand how important it is. It was just like, come on, really? Like you just had it. It was like a moment to say something like that, and of course you would say that.
Yes.
So I was just like,
It was
okay.
expected, and I loved it.
I
but
loved
it is-
it. I
That
thought
was
it
the best
so
line that
dope.
they had for him in the movie. My personal opinion. I think out of every fucking thing he said in that movie, that was probably
There was something
the
he
best
said when
line.
he was fighting Black Panther on the railways, and they were on opposite sides of the train, and he said something like, "You took it all from me," or something like that. That was believable.
The world took everything from me.
Yeah.
Everything I loved. This
Everything
world,
I ever loved.
Yeah.
That I felt
Yeah.
more than what he said at the very end.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just felt like it was a little forced.
I enjoyed
Maybe
it.
His
it
other
was
lines
his
were forced.
execution. I think a lot of
think
his lines
the
were forced,
writing
and I
for
was just
him-
really caught up looking at him.
The
like,
writing for him was
I know
very,
even.
very, very forced. It was definitely let's try to be millennial, let's
Yeah.
try to be young
Yeah.
black Ebonics. So I could understand why you, Rebecca, would feel like that, especially because you're so particular with
That's how I
writing.
felt about she's got to have it, and nobody said anything.
Right.
Well, we
that's
agreed
how I
with
felt
you
Oh,
on
okay.
that.
Y'all agreed with me on that. Okay, yeah. Well, listen, Black Panther,
I ain't
Black
even finished
Panther was
watching it.
good. I enjoyed it. I like Marvel films. I love aggression and I like fighting. I like killing. I like action. I like shit like that. So that's why I was there. I was there because I wanted to see death, and I wanted to see not death like death.
It sounds
die.
crazy.
I need to see somebody die
I
tonight.
love like action. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Michael B. Jordan exceeded completely went over the expectations that I had.
You're lying to yourself.
Huh?
Come
You're
on,
lying
he
to
did a good
No,
job.
he did because I probably had lower than you. When I saw that trailer, I swear to God, I said, "Oh no, this is going to be bad. This is going to be horrible." Because I know he's a great actor. I remember him in Hardball. Shout out to Hardball.
Man,
I remember him on
in peace,
Hardball,
G, baby.
Creed, Fruitvale, everything. He was good. I never seen him play a role of such. This is Killmonger. Like, this is like.
It's a vicious role.
This nigga is angry.
All the roles he's led up to this is like boy around the corner type thing. Like,
So,
of age.
right, at
Yeah.
times.
I mean, he even said he was afraid of this role. He was
Right.
like, I don't do evil.
At times, I felt myself getting more aggressive. Like, while he was talking, I was like, get mad. Like, I wanted him to be more. I was like, you need to show them. Because I love Killmonger. I mean, I don't love.
No, but that you like that
But
character.
part of his character is how I feel, period.
Mhm.
So I'm like, come on. And he was giving me something. Like, I was happy
His
that he
eyes
got-
were evil.
His body, though.
Thank God for his trainer.
Wow. No, bro. Come on.
don't do that. You can
Now
take
even
everything away.
Chadwick, what's his name? His name
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick.
Chadwick looks so little
Nope.
compared to
tell
him.
you.
He bitched him up, so he folded him like a fucking pancake and
Wow.
put him on a
Wow.
Waffle
plate.
House.
Hot plate.
Yes, a
Child,
fucking hot plate.
You could take everything away from that man, but that body.
Michael B. Jordan had me in a
God, let me
different
take my
world.
jacket
I remember Earthworm Jim.
Don't do that to
Wow, that's crazy.
him. Don't you dare do that to him.
That man is
quite.
fine as hell.
Not
quite.
Michael
Not
B.
in that
Jordan looks
movie.
like a Snapchat dog filter a little bit, just a
Who?
little bit, like a Snapchat
Why
dog.
y'all? What y'all not
A
gonna
little.
do?
He's cute. He just has this cute
He
little
does look like a little
Snapchat
doggy.
doggy filter.
But people like dogs.
He's so cute.
Cute.
No, he's cute, but his body. I'm talking about his body.
Banging.
Nah,
His
he killed it.
body and his mouth.
His arms.
Come on, dog.
His
Specifically.
eyes.
All the men in that movie.
Yes.
Well, no, everyone
No,
looks
I want
beautiful in
The
that
Monkey
movie.
King.
Everyone.
What's the Monkey King's name again?
M'Baku.
What?
M'Baku.
Y'all lying.
M'Baku is beautiful.
No, he's a hot.
M'Baku?
Yes.
is fine.
Yo.
And he's like 6'4". What are we talking about?
M'Baku.
He's tall as hell.
M'Baku is fine.
He's tall as hell.
Have y'all heard
He's a
him?
hottie. What'd you say?
Goodbye.
Oh, no, we're not. I'm
So,
not.
no, yeah, and I think it was great for representation. What Gia said, as a kid.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
And
I had to
body.
finish that. Because as a kid, as somebody who really loved action films and wanted to be Laura Croft every single day of my life,
Okay.
I could not find a black woman who was just as aggressive.
Thank you.
So, I was just talking about this. When I saw Kill Bill for the first time, I couldn't believe that Uma was this fire.
Right.
I still don't know what other movies she's done in her life. Kill Bill, I swear to God. Kill Bill, that bitch, kiddo, she's that bitch. If we could get a black
black
woman
her?
like that, because she folded, again, Vivica Fox in a fucking, just killed her very fast. I thought she was going to give her a run for her
She
money,
held
but
her
it was
own though. Vivica held it.
Shout out to
She
Viv.
held it down.
Aunt Viv.
She did.
not really.
Yes,
but,
she did.
She was in that
Like,
movie
could you
for
see? Yes,
6
she
minutes.
She made it.
She was in that minute. That movie
But
for
what
6
would be
minutes.
fire is, although we'll never ever get a Kill Bill 3 ever in life, but if we do,
It's a black woman.
Vivica A. Fox's daughter, who saw,
Yes.
and Kiddo's daughter.
Oh yes.
Got
they
all
go-
that shit out.
Yes.
So who would you get to be her? An actress, a young black actress right now.
She
I feel like Zendaya.
Well, she looked like Zendaya.
Zendaya. She's
Zendaya might kill that though.
No, what's Shorty's name? Akila.
Kiki?
Yeah, Kiki
This nigga
Palmer.
said a killer.
no
I know her real name. I forgot it.
Everybody gonna call that girl
Wait, you
Akila
still
and
thought
be-
Akila was 13?
Yeah,
though?
right.
I forgot her real name.
What's a killer name?
Yo,
The little
that,
girl that was in the spelling bee. She was in the spelling bee.
Sixth grade with you. What's a
Yeah,
killer name?
Akila.
disrespectful.
Akila
you
in
know
the bee.
Akila.
She a bee.
Akila our age, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She can hold. Yeah.
You can't do that.
She's not. She's not that old.
Shout out to Kiki Palmer.
Shout
if you
out
listen to this
Used to know
podcast.
you,
Yo,
sis.
We
Shout out
believe
to
that you
you.
can actually do anything.
What about Tiana Taylor?
Zendaya?
Nah, I go for Zendaya.
I also don't
Zendaya.
think that girl. She was lighter
Zendaya
skin complexion. I
And
believe,
Dakota
too.
Fanning.
How old is Dakota, yo?
Oh, Dakota might
Nah,
be.
she's not old.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning.
Kiki is not even that old, y'all. She's not our age.
No,
she's
she's
younger than
not.
us.
She's definitely
Yeah.
like
She's like
23,
24.
Wait, but
25.
when we saw Akila,
Yeah.
We were in
she
high
was.
school.
Oh,
Yeah.
we was watching shit like that in high school.
Man, you watch anything in high school.
She's 25. She's 25. She's
Yeah, she's like our age.
yeah, she's
little.
like
I mean,
Deontay.
she's a little younger than us. Who
Gotta
else?
check it off the list.
Zendaya versus who?
I seen
Hold
this.
on, hold
Zendaya
on.
versus.
Who's the white girl?
I
That
told
white
y'all
girl from
Dakota
Star.
Fanning. No, she's
Who?
she's
like
too.
Dakota.
The white girl from Star.
No, she's too glamorous.
Right.
Y'all need
Oh.
Dakota Fanning or Elle Fanning, her sister.
Right.
I don't know who Elle Fanning is.
But anyway.
But they, to
One
me,
of them.
all white actors
She's
and
24.
actresses, please come and audition. But
for the movie that Deanna's producing.
Black Girl
Gotta
Pop
be
Productions.
Nah. No.
Please come and audition. The open castings will be this Saturday in
Gotta
Brooklyn.
be in
Right,
production.
right. But I've never seen that ever
Oh,
in my
Ava?
life. And as a kid that wanted to fight all the time, did nothing but fight and wanted to do moves and get guns, and I was the most. Oh my, Laura Croft. When I found out she wasn't a real person,
Tight.
That was
Tight.
because
Some
Angelina
kids wanted
Jolie.
Santa Claus to be real,
Right.
but no.
I was so mad. I was like, "What do you mean? I just play her on a computer? What are you saying?" And then they came out with the movie that was
Resident
not
Evil.
good
Not
when I
good.
got older.
I'm not
But
Resident
younger
Evil.
me, I was like, "Oh, all right, Angelina Jolie. She's Laura Croft." And then I was like, "Oh, this shit was trash. She's really bad."
Trashy.
There's a bunch of movies that we really praised when we were younger that was actually super trash.
80% Disney movies.
Okay,
They weren't.
let's take this conversation somewhere else
80%.
before you play Disney.
No, not animated. The ones that were on the channel, the network, Disney Network. Like
Still kind of siding with you.
I
'cause
like-
I liked a lot of them.
I like them too, but I bet you if we watched them all
Halloween
now,
Town. Halloween Town.
Oh,
And then Hocus Pocus.
Hocus
Right.
Pocus was a
Good.
Disney movie.
I don't know none of these.
I thought that
movies.
was a Nickelodeon.
It's all the same thing.
No, it's not. I'm talking about the movies that only came on the network. Like
Hocus Pocus is a Disney
no,
movie.
they didn't only. I'm talking about they don't even play it on nowhere else. I'm talking about like them. Zelda. What was the girl's name?
Can't
the
help you,
kid of the
sis.
21st century.
Oh yeah, wait, Raven Simone.
help you,
Raven
sis.
Simone was her friend. You know
no,
what
I
I'm
don't
talking
remember.
about.
Nope.
Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters
Life Size
was amazing.
Life Size was good. Cheetah Girls was
Life
good.
Size was fire.
It's still I watched that.
It probably sucks.
Damn.
No, it's really good.
No,
She
no,
played
I
a-
love it, but I'm saying like it probably
All right,
really
so
sucks.
I'll take back.
She
that.
played a
I feel like
great,
20%
great
then.
dumb lady. Like it
I
was
know, it was
amazing.
really
It was
good.
scary.
Yeah.
All right.
Barbie doll.
So-
Let's go.
No idea what you're talking
Anyway,
about.
so I'm glad we got that out the way. I'm glad nobody had any bad reviews for Black Panther because I was reading some dumb things.
The
Somebody
fashion
said
was
it was
incredible.
overrated.
Xenon.
Okay, to say overrated is a bit much.
The fashion was fire, and
Yes.
the tribes. The
Yeah.
tribes.
Beautiful.
They were real that's what I loved the most, I think, because
They
some
did
of
their
them were
research.
inspired. Yeah,
It was
they definitely
very.
did that.
I will say that it was very true to African culture. It
It was
just
beautiful.
Did a lot of research.
I thought Daniel Kaluuya looked good.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
looked
really
you know what?
good.
I like to.
I liked
when
his
I figured out
face.
what those capes were.
That
I
was
like this.
fire.
I like this. And his he had the rhinos. That shit was dope.
Oh, I didn't like
That's
how he
just
put the
dope.
rhinos out on the black women though. I didn't really like that. I don't
Hey,
like that.
They-
and also,
We're superhuman.
I
though.
know that we're gonna touch it. This is touchy, but I'm seeing these things on Twitter that's like, "Oh, Killmonger hated black women," and
Yeah,
that.
what was that? What's that?
What?
What's
This
that?
is a
These are
this
people
is a
reaching.
Marvel.
Don't
Guys,
even.
and this
But
is
no,
why
it
I'm
got
like,
like
this is a
7,000
Marvel
people-
movie.
people
No,
think
even
that.
though it was a Marvel movie, there was a lot of writing in the film that was like the beginning of a think piece. Like if you didn't know about black culture and the experience of it, you wouldn't know how to go further past what they said. But they did say some things top line that were like, okay, I see why you're referencing that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's probably why people are trying to draw out think pieces on him hating black
women.
women. But
Because
I
he
just don't know
killed-
where that
he
could
killed-
come from.
because
I'm
he
not quite
killed his
sure.
girlfriend,
Nowhere.
and then he killed the lady that
He didn't
grew
give a
the
fuck
flowers.
about anybody.
He
That's
didn't
all that
care.
meant.
That's what I'm saying.
It
I
was
was
just
like,
his way at the
guys,
moment. They
That's
just happened
it.
to be black
He didn't kill
women.
her.
I'm sorry, he choked her.
Yeah, he
He
choked
choked
her.
her.
But it
and
was
threw to
enough
the
for them to
side.
be like,
Yeah.
he didn't respect black
Get
women.
the
Yeah,
fuck
but I
out
He
of
didn't respect
here.
himself.
He didn't
nigga.
respect anyone.
Right. So
He just
please.
said he all those marks on his body. He was like, he literally said, I killed men, women, children to get to you, so I could kill you. Like he don't care. He just wanted everybody to die. He was upset. I really like the scene with him and Sterling.
When he came back?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, no tears for me.
I was lost. Yeah, when he said no tears for me,
he said people die every day. I was like, wow.
The baby boy. I like him.
They tied that all in really well. They did a really good job with that.
So wait,
the Hey Auntie line was
Killmonger is
good.
not dead though.
No, he's dead. We just didn't see him get buried. So he may come back.
He need to come back. I don't know how the comics go, but I'm hoping that there's some kind of like something.
Because Chadwick.
Didn't Chadwick die? No. And he came back with the. Oh well, he was barely.
And Baku and them.
It was on ice.
The King Kong King.
All right. Yes.
Oh, I like the white guy too.
I don't like the white guy. He could have fucking left all of them. But again, because
I liked him.
Guys.
Now, what else are we gonna touch on? Are we gonna touch on this Monique life?
Here we go.
Because y'all, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So one of y'all take this topic.
I don't. She gonna tweet us.
Well, as we all know,
go ahead,
Auntie
Gigi.
Monique, our girl from the Parkers and Soul Plane, and so many great moments.
Precious.
And Precious. Can't forget Precious.
Can't forget Precious. I just didn't.
She won an Oscar for that. Yeah.
Okay, she's an Oscar-winning
She made me hate
actress,
her.
and I hated her. Comedian. That's why I never like to mention Precious. But anyway, so we all know that she asked us, my loves, to boycott Netflix on Instagram a few weeks ago.
Sweetness.
And she said, hey, my loves, I'm asking you to boycott Netflix because of the reasons why. She gave us, in the video that basically they tried to play her when it came to the money, and they gave all this money to Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Amy Schumer, who is not funny. Amy Schumer's not funny. I don't get y'all. And so what we know now is that after that, she became a meme. Everybody was like, hey, my loves. I love us for real. Hey, my loves.
It's really my favorite.
But she really was mad, okay? So she went on the Breakfast Club and she did a tour.
Well, he called her
the donkey of the day, but I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
So, okay. So she went on the Breakfast Club and talked to Leonard about
that's Charlamagne the God, by the way, just in case you
everybody
don't know who Leonard is.
They know.
Yeah, she murdered his name too. I'm sorry.
Leonard,
she was like,
call that nigga
your
Leonard.
mother named you Leonard, and you came to become
Leonard.
Charlamagne the God. What?
Okay.
Charlamagne.
So I will say, after watching that interview, I felt bad that everybody made fun of her. I did feel a little bad, like just a little bad, because the moment that made me actually think about what she was saying was when she was like, my brother, you called me a legend, right? What's the difference between my legend and Chris Rock's legend? Now there's a difference because, but still, if you're going to call, what are we saying legend? Well, if you're going to call somebody a legend, then respect them as a legend. If you're calling Chris Rock a legend, if you're calling Dave Chappelle a legend, you're calling all these people a legend, and then you say, I am too a legend, then why can't she get her coin? I get her on that, but how y'all feel?
Leonard.
Nobody wants to talk, huh? Everybody's afraid of Auntie Monique.
No.
Because Monique.
Okay, so my issue with it was...
You got the floor.
I know, because I couldn't come up with nothing.
No, I just felt like her argument is an argument that is necessary, that should happen. Absolutely. Do I feel and truly believe in my heart and soul that is completely 100% authentic? I don't know. I didn't feel it being as real as Viola Davis's argument. Like when I heard Viola Davis speak, I don't know if she's just a more compelling speaker or whatever the case may be, but I believed Viola Davis more than I believed what Monique was saying.
Tell us about the Viola Davis at your moment you're talking about so people can.
So Viola Davis was on some interview. I don't know who she was on the interview with. Gia, maybe you could help me. She was just saying how someone called her and said she was pretty much the Black Meryl Streep and that she has a wonderful resume and she should be top of the line Black actress of whatever. And she couldn't understand why her coin didn't match Meryl Streep's, which is a perfectly valid argument to have. And when I was just saying to you guys off air, that's a parallel argument to what Monique is saying. It's literally the same conversation. It's the same thing. But why is it so hard for us to, why is she donkey of the day? Like, why did we not give Meryl Streep, not Meryl Streep, excuse me, Viola Davis donkey of the day? Like, what is the difference in that? Like, why?
Because honestly, I think it's because we really, really believe that Viola Davis is in
Black Meryl Streep?
Yes. And I think that we are, like, I'm being completely honest with y'all. I did not say this to y'all off air. But I think that we're saving Monique. I really do. I think we don't deep down, like, we're saying Monique is a legend, but we really deep down inside do not believe that Monique is a legend. Because if we did, we would have treated her exactly the same. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Yes, Monique, and I'm not trying to make this a race card or anything. Monique is a Black legend. She is. She got an Oscar, but Monique is a Black legend. Hands down. We all seen, like, as a Black person, there's shit that you gotta watch.
So you're saying Monique didn't cross over?
I don't think she crossed over. I don't.
Cross over what?
To mainstream.
She's not a mainstream comedian.
She's not.
Exactly. And that's why we're having these, look at Monique. Because if she was Whoopi Goldberg, we'd be like, oh, Whoopi has all of these accolades, and she does this.
She's an EGOT.
She's an EGOT. Chris Rock, even though he started off CB4 looking crazy.
Boomerang looking crazy
as the postman. I mean, as the mailman.
New Jack City.
He started out rough, and he was in Mad Black stuff. Chris Rock.
Black stuff.
It's true. Chris Rock crossed over.
He did.
Yeah.
You'll never see, and I love us for real.
Do you have to cross over to be a legend?
Hell yeah, because you know what this is? White man's America. You think somebody sitting in Oregon really give a fuck about? That's why them white people was able to tell her that. And I don't want to turn it into like a whole race thing, but that white people were able to tell her that because they've experienced those things. No, they've experienced those things. This is what I'm worth. Y'all not paying me this. So of course I'm gonna agree with you because like I get what I'm worth.
But the people in the room, but the people in the room also even said to her, "You're a legend." Like the people in the Netflix said to her, "Yes, sis, we know you a legend. We know." But let me tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to go over this $500K.
Right, because if
that's
believe
insane.
She was the legend. People use words real loose.
Well, then you shouldn't have said that.
Real loose. I mean, that's just my opinion on the whole thing. Love Monique. Parker's was hilarious. The comedy was hilarious too, but I just don't think that we really believe she's the legend that we say she is.
I love us for real.
I love us for real.
Here's the thing.
I do.
Monique has my ultimate respect. I think she's a legend in my eyes. She is a legend. I would have thrown that $3 million at her. $3 million tops.
At least.
$3 million I'm giving her.
Oh, the price is disrespectful.
I think we all agree on that.
I think that's I think that's where she feels most disrespected.
Because when she cleared it up in the interview, it was like, you're supposed to live off of $100K plus for the next 3 years.
And you can't tour or do anything, tell a joke at all. So whatever income you think I can get outside of Netflix is not happening. So that $500K after taxes is probably not even $250,000.
And she got to pay her husband.
Okay. Yes. So
go ahead.
It's part 2, y'all. It's part 2.
What was you saying?
No. But yeah, no, I definitely would have thrown. I think it's the money for me. It's the money. I want to know how much they gave Cedric the Entertainer.
Let's look that up.
He did a special that was not funny at all.
Oh,
I love Cedric.
He did it with Netflix?
Yes. I tried to watch it and I turned it off. It's definitely on Netflix. But I want to know how much they gave him because I think that's how they look at Monique. The man Cedric has not crossed over. He's tried time and time again. He has not.
He's on a TV Land show. That's the only reason I'm saying that.
And didn't it get canceled?
No, it's still going.
What's the name of the show?
Soul Man.
Soul Man. Oh, so it's still going.
To my knowledge.
I mean, we might be watching repeats. I don't know if it's still on air.
We making repeat money. Repeat money.
That's a fact. That's a real thing.
But I really feel like, they don't respect.
It wasn't made public, I don't think.
What?
How much he made.
But it's a Netflix special, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I thought I was about to be like,
no, you're right.
But it wasn't funny. And I want to know how much they gave him for that because then we can really see how much they think Monique is worth. Because in my opinion, I feel like Monique is funnier than Cedric. Take that to the bank. Hands down. I'm sorry, I'm saying it now. Monique is funnier than Cedric the Entertainer. And I would have gave, and Wanda Sykes, how much did they give her? How much did they?
$250,000 they wanted to give her.
So
after
like
taxes, a few years ago.
So after taxes, she ain't coming home with shit.
That's
with a contract.
Make that.
No.
No, absolutely
No.
No. No. Okay. That's not all right. I'm not okay with that.
I mean, I guess
I stand for Monique getting her coin, but everything else that she's doing about this Oprah and Lee and talking about, trying to
Tyler Perry.
Right, and trying to
Tyler Perry and Will.
She going after
match her struggle up with sexual harassment. That also is kind of puzzling for me. So everything else I don't agree with. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I truly think something is going on.
Likewise.
I mean, it's interesting because it's still, I feel like it's still, the question is, and Bex, actually, before we move on, what do you feel about it? This. Because she tried to slide by, but she thought I wasn't looking.
No, I mean, I understand where she's coming from. I just didn't like her delivery. The tone of it and the words that she's using when she speaks to the community and she tries to rally the community is like, why do we even talk like that? Just give it straight. Like, why does it have to be my sister, my brother, with the raspy, low, sensual tone? Like, just say what happened. And if you told us the details up front, more of the story up front, I think I would have been more willing to be like, wow, that's fucking crazy, and then investigated more, maybe invested more in the story. But it's like, and it may be just me again, but that tone that she had with her pitch on Instagram and even in all her press runs, I'm just like, I can't hear you past that tone.
And it's really weird to piece the story together because she came out with that Instagram tweet, that stuff like weeks ago, and now you're just now telling the full story. Like,
I think she needed. I think she was trying to. Right. I think she was trying to.
Why didn't you just say that to begin with?
Things needed to happen in order for her to tell the full story. I don't think she thought it was going to spin off like that. She thought everybody was about to get behind her, stand behind her. Black Lives Matter. That's what she thought was going to happen. And when that didn't, and I think she actually used that hashtag. By the way, I think she did use Black Lives Matter or something.
I definitely think she did. Like, she's using everything. Right. Everything that she could possibly think of. Women's issues, black issues, bias. Human issues. Like,
it comes
it's big women issues. All them issues.
Campaign.
Coming at her.
Like, big black women issues.
It comes off like a
big black woman who call her husband daddy issues.
No
issues.
It comes off like a sly campaign for something else. Like,
Donald Trump.
Like, does she just want attention again? Is she just trying to?
Yeah, like, is this your way of leveraging yourself back into conversation so that you're then considered for other things, or?
That's what the tour is making me feel like. The initial video, I was kind of with her, but the tour, the Charlemagne and all the radio interviews she was doing, that's when I was like, okay, now this is really coming off as attention seeking. But the initial video was fine, to me, my opinion. I was like, okay, well, I kind of understand where she's coming from. Like, 500K ain't shit, but everything else after that was like, all right, what are we doing here? And it's not coming off. It's not coming off.
And
unique.
Oh, sorry.
So organic. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but what is she trying to get? Because my thing is, like, if you're going for some roles or trying to get to some opportunities, you talking against Tyler Perry, Oprah, Lee, Will Packer, all of them. What exactly will, like, Hollywood or whatever entertainment business you're trying to do? Like,
from
what is it?
my understanding with her tweet in response to, so Tiffany has a Netflix deal, and Tiffany Haddish is like tweeted, I think this weekend, and was like, look, seriously, I already had my deal before any of this, so everybody calm down. And she was like, it wasn't much, but it's enough to keep me and my family good for a while. And so she responded to her and basically said, like, my sister, it was about us not having to deal with this anymore. Like, so I do believe that she has intentions that are genuine,
right?
But it is, like I said, the message does matter. Who's telling the message? The messenger does matter. Right. So I think because Monique is the first to kind of say, like, yo, Netflix, this is wrong that black women are getting way less when it comes to how much you are giving, women in general, women of color, just to do their thing. Like, don't do that to us, because we do deserve what we need. So I'm just like, part of me feels like, I'm not mad at Monique, but it's just the way that she's doing it. It's
do you guys feel as though Charlamagne should not have given her Donkey of the Day?
Wow. No, first of all, I've never listened to a Donkey of the Day.
He pretty much was just saying.
I'm torn on that.
I think he pretty much was just saying, you like what you're saying, used everything under the color of the sun to try to defend your point, and you didn't counter offer allegedly, so you get Donkey of the Day because you're trying to use everything possible to get people to support you.
Right.
And he gave her a Donkey of the Day for that. So I want to know if y'all think that she should have actually gotten that, or do you think he should have stood behind her and supported her?
I always think black men should support and stand behind, but listen, I'm pretty sure Donkey of the Day is unisex, so if he felt the need that needed to happen, then cool, but I wouldn't go that far to call her the Donkey of the Day. Right. And also, she's an elder. I think that's where I understand that. I get that.
He doesn't care.
But when you see Monique sitting there and you bitch up like that, you know what I'm saying? Because he did bitch up during the interview a little bit. Yeah, he did.
I didn't take that.
I don't take it as bitching up at all.
That he didn't fall back and was like, okay, I see what you're saying, so I might just Donkey of the Day you for this in particular.
Yeah, right.
But then I support you for this.
Right.
I thought maybe he would have done that, but he didn't change his point of view about anything.
And
whether it was for good radio or his own personal point of view.
Right.
I feel like it was some of it was a bitch up, because I didn't watch all of the interview. I watched some of it because at some point I felt like we were going to go in a circle.
It was a circle. No, the whole thing was a circle.
So if you didn't watch all of it, you really didn't miss nothing, because there was no resolve.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case. I don't know. What did you guys think? I
don't think he should have gave her. I think it's kind of hard because he's given Donkey of the Day to people who truly were assholes
and
to racist, and he's like, there have been harsher causes for people deserving Donkey of the Day. I think she ain't deserved to be Donkey of the Day because whatever.
She made a valid point, though.
She did make a valid point, but I feel like she needed to express herself more. And the exploitation of all of these things, like Black Lives Matter was not started for your ass to be hashtagging it for not having money.
Right.
That's a legit thing where people have died, shed blood.
Right.
That's kind of crazy.
That's crazy. Harvey Weinstein raped all these people. You gonna tie your fucking ass
Packer, like you can't do that.
And then try to explain it. Yeah, it's like, oh boy,
She did make a valid point when she was saying, "Be careful what you put into the universe." So Charlamagne has a huge following, and she was saying, before you jump and call me Donkey in the Day, and people are gonna take that and run and Donkey the Day up all on Instagram. Think about what you're saying and what you're possibly doing to the movement that I'm trying to begin. That was what her point was.
Don't give a fuck.
But I kind of agree with her on that. Just tread light with that, especially if this is the first person going over this hill. Have a little more empathy for her in that regard.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said it, but she's not going over no damn hill.
I don't know.
It's also a satire piece. Like, even though he does pick persons of the culture and news that you really are a fucking donkey, it's still a satire piece of radio. It's a segment,
right?
Like, as extreme and serious as it is, and as frivolous and comical as it is,
right?
It's just it's a satire segment.
That's a good point too.
But she's gonna take it in a different way.
That's her problem.
Well, imagine your mother hearing that she's the Donkey of the Day. That's exactly how my mom would have took that shit.
No, that's a good point.
No, dead ass.
Yeah.
The way I was watching my mom, I felt like I was watching my mom literally like, you gonna call me
a donkey?
Yeah.
Like,
after you held the door for me 20 years ago?
Oh,
what does that have to do with
like
That's what that was the point.
Black women.
That was
her only point. Her only point was, I'm an elder.
You gonna respect
me. You respected me when the mics were off. Respect me when the mics are on.
I'm sorry, that means something when the mics go on. Because you're doing a show. You're providing entertainment.
But she feels This is how she feels.
Hold that same energy is pretty much what
how
she said.
All older
and
women
he held
feel.
that same energy.
No, the same energy of opening the door, calling me Miss Monique.
I think
at
the end of the day, he's like, he was respectful. Was he not in the conversation? He was respectful. So therefore, there's consistency, right? But he had the point of view that he's not going to fall back on.
Except for
okay, guys.
That's not.
I mean, again, I'm not against it.
You're part of
Go
a new
ahead.
cycle. He plucked you out.
But
You're the
it's
best
like calling
story
your
in the new
mom.
cycle.
Like I could never. That's true.
Facts.
That's true.
Fact.
But I just felt like I don't know. If you have a heart, you would probably feel
There's a heart
in the house tonight. I couldn't call anybody's mother or grandmother a donkey of a day.
That's come on.
I couldn't do it.
I don't plenty of bitches with kids.
They're kids. But there's kids.
But they're moms.
Oh no! I'm talking about older women. Sorry, if you are my age and have kids, you, it's fair game, bitch. It's cool. What I'm saying is, if you are my mother's age, I can't do that.
So at like 39, I can curse you out. But 40,
not even 40.
Chill.
She's 50.
Young.
I curse you out at 40. 50 is when it's gonna be a problem. 50, she got gray in her hair.
So what? Yo, shout out to Monique Edges though. The man just stayed strong
yes.
her entire career.
True.
She always had.
True. And
she
the
always had
Parkers, they were
snatched.
beautiful.
Yeah.
She still got her hair done by somebody in Baltimore though. You could tell from the style. She was
Oh
very
yeah,
definitely.
it was very
Baltimore.
And she getting her workout on. She
looks
looks
good.
good. She looks good.
Okay, so
Speaking of mothers
question
and stuff.
is, point blank period. Does Monique have a point though? Should black women be paid more? Like Chance said,
Yeah.
black women deserve better.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
We're all
We had
here
a whole
for that.
episode about that
It's
last
just
episode.
that the way she's saying it is not the best.
It comes off like she's leveraging.
It's like Rebecca said, the delivery is all
Trash.
wrong. Everything was wrong. But like I said, the coin, give that woman.
Yeah, 500K is disrespectful.
500K, I slap a bitch. If I was Monique, I'd be like, oh no, where you located? Send me the pin.
I'm sorry.
Because you obviously don't respect me.
Yeah.
500K and can't do nothing for the next 3 years.
You
Are
better,
you?
better
You
heal
crazy?
the fuck toe out my life.
How did y'all feel about her calling her husband daddy the entire
Yeah, can we talk about that?
interview?
Can we talk about
We
that
gotta talk
open
about the
relationship?
relationship.
No, we gotta talk about the
What
open
did
relationship.
y'all feel about her? We did not hear her say her husband's name through that
Sydney?
whole thing.
Sydney Hicks, brother Hicks.
She called that man daddy the entire interview. How do we feel about that?
That was weird.
It was the
What is
weirdest
wrong with
thing.
y'all?
I don't. First of all, they have. Do they have kids together?
Oh, let me look that up.
Let's
They
check
have 3 kids.
because also they have 3 kids together.
They have twins together, and one she had before.
Okay,
They got
see
married.
that I understand because they talk to each
I
other.
don't understand
and
in
the
an
kids,
interview.
you know, like go ask daddy.
The kids were
Talk to
not
daddy.
present.
My
Right,
mom
but
does
it's
not call my dad
blending.
daddy
I don't think you
outside
can
of.
qualify that.
Sometimes
No,
you
no,
forget.
no,
The
you
kid's not
can't
around.
forget when you
You
do
don't
a
forget.
press.
You
You've
don't
been
My
doing
forget.
press
parents
for
have been
30
married
years.
for 30 years, almost 30 years, 29 years. I've never in life
Heard
my mother
say
call my
daddy.
dad daddy
Oh.
if the kids weren't around.
Best believe.
Or if, okay, shut it up. This girl is hell. You'll leave right now. You're gross as hell. I have no idea what you're talking about, mom and dad. This is gross.
That.
Dad,
And-
alright.
but what I'm saying is people don't do that. Like that's not a thing. Like no one's mom is about to be like, come here, daddy. And all
No,
the
that
time.
is a
That
thing.
is a
No,
thing.
it
No,
is
no,
a
no,
thing.
no, I
It's
mean-
just not a
no,
thing
I mean,
during press.
That's no, in a professional setting.
That's my problem
Like
with
if
it.
my parents are in a meeting with investors or even with their accountants, she's not gonna be like, Daddy, what was the last thing that you bought?
But I think she does do that. Like
That's
I
what
do.
I'm saying. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. There is a problem.
Yeah, no,
like that's
I
not
hate
I
it.
mean, I do think there's a problem, but they probably don't see it as a problem. It's just I don't know.
I mean, they have an open relationship. They gotta keep.
But
That
even
doesn't
in
mean
some
you gotta
of-
call
here's
the
some
nigga
of-
daddy.
even in
every
some of
time
the
you call
videos-
him.
It's open.
even in some of the videos.
I don't even know what that means.
Open to
So
dads.
so
Wait,
Like,
to everything?
Safira, go ahead.
No, I'm leaving.
The door's always
Actually,
open to everything.
The door's open to family members.
Wow.
Everybody. No, I'm just saying, daddy. Daddy. We can call you uncle. We can call you grandpa.
we can call you Uncle Daddy.
Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy sound
That
crazy.
sounds disgusting.
What I was saying is, even in some of the videos that she released,
We went
like,
far, guys. Sorry.
you just how they was. I don't know.
The
The way they
whole-
were standing next to each other, like, and they were talking. I was just like, why is he making her stand there like that? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hope nothing's going on. Auntie Monique, we love us for real, all that good stuff. But shout out to Monique and her whole tribe. You know, like, something's not right.
She said she came up with that, though. She wanted to do open relationships. She wanted to,
in the beginning.
She was on tour and stuff like that.
In the beginning.
But she could very much so still want to be fucking niggas now.
She was saying, so what Rebecca sent us
but it's
a clip.
not about sex. I get
right.
it.
Rebecca sent us a clip, and she said in the beginning it was all about sex because she had just gotten entertainment and she wanted to fuck other guys and whatever the case may be. And now it's more about just honesty and being open and being honest about feelings and how they feel about whatever situation that may arise. I personally think whatever you want to do in your marriage, sis,
do
it.
Sis.
What works for you, works for you.
But if y'all look up some old articles, this wasn't her original statement. I was reading something yesterday, and she was like, oh, when I said open relationship, I just meant we're open, we're honest, we're this. So her story has changed over time. Something is the fuck wrong with
Which
that.
is okay, because it might change. It might went from fucking to I don't want to fuck no more, you can fuck. We don't know what's going on in their household. It could very well change. That's fine. But
y'all
I don't
have
know.
an open relationship?
That's what I'm saying. Monique was talking about, like,
what?
Oh, you don't know until you have that conversation with your wife or with your girlfriend. If she really, you know, she's going to tell you how she really feels. She might want an open relationship. Who?
Would y'all?
Who?
I've already asked my partner if he would do an open
What did he
relationship.
say?
He said he thought about it, and he was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
And I said, no, for me too.
Oh.
I'm selfish. No.
Open relationship meaning, like, we can date other people, but we can never, like, what is the
Like,
rule?
what does that mean?
I think you make your own rules. So we can't even say what are the rules because I think it changes in every open relationship. Whatever rules you bring or whatever rules you have amongst each other. But if we had to create a scenario here in order for us to discuss it, then let's do that.
I mean, that's kind of like the hall pass thing. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
Would you give your husband a hall
movie.
pass? Right.
Only if I could
It's a
get
no for me, big dog.
Serge Ibaka.
Thank you. What I'm saying is
Never
this.
letting that man go.
This is what I'm saying. If I don't love
Some of us
him,
can't let
I could
men
do
go.
it. If I don't love you, I could do an open relationship. I'm cool because I'm
What is it about loving somebody that changes it?
because
Are we trying to deny that it's because of love and not because we're maybe convenience or maybe we're insecure or maybe we're whatever the other emotional attachment might be for the reason. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's love because I'm passionate, and if I'm not passionate about something, I'm just don't care, and that's how I've always been about men. Period. If I'm not passionate about you, and I don't really love you. You can really fuck me up, like not fuck me up, like do something fucked up, and I wouldn't be fucked up over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take it to her. I'm like, oh, I got you. All right. Payback. Right. Because I'm vindictive. So I
gotta own that. You gotta own it.
My therapist said it. I said it.
I'm vindictive.
But I'm better at it. I mean, I'm better at
being vindictive.
not doing it. No, just not being not being malicious.
I'm 50% vindictive.
Right. So I'm working on it. But if I love you, I don't think I could see you
with another
person because I think also jealousy is inside of love. I don't care what anybody says about love is not jealous. You can suck a dick. Nope.
No,
love
is jealous.
Love is jealous and selfish. Some of it is selfish.
I don't. Yeah.
Some of it, I'm not saying to the extreme. Not saying domestic abuse. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
I think
love
humans are selfish
and sometimes love
and jealous. I don't think the activity and the idea or the existence or love, the nature of love, are those things.
And if I fall out of love with you, I think that I could do an open relationship. A lot of these reasons. That's what I'm saying. Marriage is very
if I fall out of
weak
love
for me because I'm like, what if one morning I wake up and I'm like, damn, I really don't fuck with you. Like today, the next day, the next week, I'm not fucking with you.
Happens.
And I might not be
That's
home
the scary part.
Because
Then that means I'm gonna have to sit down with you and be like, listen, I'm not fucking with you for these past 3 weeks.
But that's the risk we take.
What we doing?
Going into marriage.
Because I want.
That's the risk we take going into love. Period.
Love. Oh my God, yeah.
That's the risk. Like you could literally, you don't even have to be in a marriage and say I don't fuck with you. You could listen. Check this out. I don't want to do this no more. Like,
but marriage is scarier.
So easy. What if we're on the receiving end of that?
Child, what you mean? You don't want to do this,
shorty? It's no more.
Like, I'm dying.
I literally just went through that.
What are you easy about it? Like,
no, it's not easy at all. That's what I'm saying. But
what are you guys
what
talking
if
about?
a nigga says to me,
"What are you talking about?
I'm not feeling you. I'm married to you, but I'm not fucking with you right now.
I'm married to you.
Yes,
right
that's
now
what I'm saying.
until what, tonight? When we good?
No,
or?
I've been not fucking with you for 3 weeks now.
3 weeks ain't
That's
shit.
I would throw myself off the George Washington. No, I'm not. Yes, I would.
Not for no fucking 3 weeks. You're not.
3 weeks.
No, you're not.
Him off
And
the
we're
George Washington.
married.
You're gonna be like, I wasn't fucking with you for 4 weeks. And you're gonna keep it moving.
But that would be true. I'd be like, damn, I thought we was fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you always think that you're gonna always be in the right? Like, what do you mean? Not fucking with me? Like, what if he's legit? Yo. A story comes to mind for me for this. What if like he's legit not fucking with you? You unfuckwittable right now. Like you in your funk. You not doing shit. Like you. What if I literally do not fuck with you because of legit reasons? Are you still going to be able to say, well, what you mean you not fucking with me? You need to be fucking with me, but like, what if you giving off that energy that's like,
and you own up to it? Tell the truth. Stop it. Tell the truth, because I feel the lies in your eyes.
I mean,
finish the question?
Right.
Do you own up to
bummy? Do you own up to being a bum?
But it's not even let me clarify. It's not even like bummy. It's not like, okay, this bitch just can't dress.
No, not
that type of
not
bum.
New York bummy.
She's a bum.
Not bum.
Let's say, I'm gonna lay it out. I'm gonna lay it out.
Okay.
Let's say,
how did we get here? Oh my
Welcome
God.
to Black Girl Pod.
You a bum.
Bum ass bitch.
This makes me think of Love and Hip Hop New York. Just so many flashbacks.
Okay, let's
say,
say,
She's a bum.
Okay.
let's say,
I'm hip hop New York for real.
Oh.
What? Don't want
What happened? Who did that? Oh, shit.
Okay, so let's say,
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
let's say that you.
Who's on it?
What the fuck? Let's say.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Let's say that you have lost. Let's say you lost your creativity. You lost your drive. You like legit reasons for someone, not just a man or a woman. You not necessarily taking care of responsibilities. You like lost your. You're not in it. When I first met you, he says to you, when I first met you, you was this, and now like what happened? Like what's going on? What if you are legit in your funk? What if you are legit like?
So what are you saying?
What are you gonna do? Are you still gonna be like, what you mean you can't fuck with me because I'm the one? Like
we're talking about just being in regular relationships because we can't really talk about being married, right?
Let's
so
talk
let's
about
talk about
regular
relationships. So I mean, I just went through this. I mean, I don't think I was honestly, looking back, I wasn't myself. Like, I mean, you guys remember I was in a funk for a little bit. Like, I definitely wasn't myself, but he never knew me not like. You know what I'm saying? But now looking back, I'm like, I really wasn't like focused. I wasn't doing anything that I like realistically do. So I'm like, damn, he only got like, he didn't even get like the bomb part of me. He didn't get like the best G. Like he got like, I'm a little unfocused. But do you think? I'm I'm just gonna be at your house every night. Like I really wasn't like focused. So for me, now I look back at it and I'm like, well, timing is everything. But I definitely wasn't operating in my real self. So when he did call and say like, yeah, so this ain't gonna work, I was hurt. Like there is no like.
But when he first met you, were you like? I was gonna ask you.
I don't know if he bought into the Gia on Instagram or the Gia that you see from far away,
right? And I don't even think
me all the time.
See, that's
I wouldn't even use your example of that because that was so new and so fresh, and he didn't really get to know you 100%.
Right.
You have to talk about somebody that's been in a relationship.
I'm about to say, I'm talking about somebody. I've been with you for 4 years. When I met you 4 years ago, you were this way to me, and you gave me this, and this is what you brought to the relationship, and this is can women really handle owning up to what they were in 2000. It's not really Issa because
just women. You're asking just on the women.
I mean, because we all women.
I'm saying like the Issa and Jay, so Issa and what's his name, Lawrence situation.
Lawrence, yeah,
where
but Flip, yeah. Like that. Like, can women really own up to when we not in our shit? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't own up.
I don't think so.
I think you have to be outside of it, and
you got
sometimes you have some people. I feel like you have to be outside of it to realize, oh shit, I wasn't myself at this moment, and that's why you weren't fucking with me. Sometimes in the moment you don't know, you don't even know that you're reeking of this funk. So sometimes you have to remove yourself completely, or find the, for lack of a better term, the light at the end of the tunnel to get yourself out of it. I can't think of anything better. For you to be like, oh shit, it was really bad. So, but the other part of that though is, nigga, we in a relationship, you gotta work at it. Just because I wasn't that bitch 2 years ago don't mean I can't be that bitch in 3 months. I'm going through something. You're supposed to support me in my funk. You're not about to just dip because you feel like I'm 10 pounds heavier than I was when you met me, or I was making more money when you met me, or I was happier when you met me. There are things that happened in there were things that happened in my life that changed me in our relationship, and you have to be willing to not necessarily compromise, but grow and ride with me.
Sacrifice. Well, that's love.
Or sacrifice. Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah. So you can't just be like, oh yeah, nah, you're not what I knew, and then that's it.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's love, because we started the conversation based off of how do you like fall out of love with some people. Some people are willing to go that mile, like love or whatever. And some people be like, I fell out of love with you, and that's just it.
And then some people that, and the people that fall out of love and then say, I want to fall back in love. Those people, I think it's hard to do that, especially in a relationship, not in a marriage, in a relationship, because you're like, I can leave and then still live again. Like, it's not, I don't need to put myself through all of this again. So I'll just start a whole new thing or whatever. But staying in it is much harder.
Yeah, that's why people choose to leave so fast. But that's whack.
It is very whack. I think I don't think
it's whack.
If somebody told me and said to me, first of all, I have a lot of pride. You're gonna have to give me a few days to sit with what you just said to me, because I'm very hurt about it, and also I probably didn't come to terms with it myself. But the fact that it's shining through what my mind is actually thinking, I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Fuck you mean?
Right? What you mean? But when I'm
perfect,
back,
nigga.
I'm right.
I wash these sweats every day.
Every day.
What's wrong with you, boy?
Right. Deep condition my hair every week. Like, what are you talking about?
You see me? Crazy,
but
boy.
It's deeper than that, because
oh God. Sorry.
My pride is unmatched. So I wouldn't want to go through it with him, because I'm like, you are suffering and I'm suffering, and now I'm looked at as weak to you. So now I want to leave.
But what if, here's the thing.
That's how
you would think of
my mind would work, because I'm like, you see it. You see me now. You see how fucked up I am. And now you don't want to even be with me. Because now, I'm guessing we're talking about when he says, I'm over this. I don't want to be with you. Right.
I need space.
Automatically, I'm like, okay, now I have to build some type of something for myself, because this is crazy.
Oh, yeah, to protect yourself.
Right. So that's what my pride does. My pride goes, girl, now you got to do something. Now you got to get up. Now you got to do something, because this man see this weakness. He sees that you're weak. Get up and do something, which could also help you. For those that were told that they weren't, they was bummy out here and it's just quiet for you. And you're like, yeah, nah, it's not quiet for me.
You're a bum.
Stop. You're not a bum. No one who listens to the podcast
I wasn't calling them a bum.
No,
I'm just saying, like,
just in case like a dude just did tell you that, and some people like myself would use that as, all right, they seeing me out here. I'm out here showing
looking crazy.
My shit.
You looking crazy.
Looking nuts. I need to change this. Because I've had a man tell me that he was like, you are just very not you. And it's not looking good. Like, you're just.
Not, what do you mean?
Vulnerable?
I think I just was mad. I just didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be bothered.
And you were in a relationship and you were mad.
And at the time, he could see it, and I just didn't know where I wanted to. Also, I was young. I was 20, 23, 24. So I still was like, what do I want to do? I'm here in Philly all the time. I'm not even doing nothing. And he's just like, I don't know who this is. Like, I don't know who. You're not talking to me. You're not talking at all. You talk a lot. So you're not even talking. What's going on? And, he just was like, it just doesn't look good. It don't look good. And I'm like, okay, then leave me then. I don't know what you want me to do.
But did he try to uplift you?
No, he don't know how to do that shit.
See, then.
But he was just, I felt like he was talking at me. Also, it could have been, again, 23-year-old Deanna is completely different from now Deanna, which means that child was completely prideful, completely didn't know how to take any criticism. There was nothing I could, like, I was just like, what? No, I'm good. Just like mind your business all the time, please. But I used that as, okay, I got to step up because I look crazy out here. And I'm pretty sure my mind was everywhere. I was 23. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do in my life. So it was around the time we broke up. But then I started thinking, that's why they cheat. Or that's why he cheated. And I was like, okay, well, I should have left then. Instead of just saying, okay, I could make myself look like this and do better and do this and do that. And then he ends up cheating anyway. Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of the coping mechanism. Like with me, if a man told me at this age, yo, you looking bummy out here, it's quiet, I'd probably be like, then leave, nigga. Because I got shit to do. I understand, but I'm going through something. And if you can't sit here and help me like I would sit here and help your ass, then bye. Cool. We ain't here for the long run then.
But that story with the person in Philly you talking about just sounds like there was no communication from your part on how you were feeling because of your pride. You didn't want him to see you naked in a sense. So instead of being vulnerable with him and telling him, you didn't tell him to protect yourself, which is
not technically. I didn't know what was going on in my mind to even.
So you didn't know how you feel to communicate
it. I didn't know how to communicate this lostness. I was just lost. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what I'm here. I'm living in Philadelphia all the time.
But even just saying that is a form of communication. Even you just saying to him, I don't know how I feel. I don't know why I'm feeling like this would have even helped him to a certain extent. Am I saying the man wasn't going to go out and cheat? No, I don't know. I'm not saying that. But we never know. But you communicating, saying, I don't know why I'm feeling like this or what's causing me to feel like this. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's my career. I don't know if it's what's going on in my family. I don't know what it is. Even communicating that would have probably changed his perception of what he was seeing you go through.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I just wanted to avoid all confrontation. I didn't want any argument. I didn't want any, now we mad, now we going back and forth. Now he don't feel like I appreciate him for, whatever, or me living in Philly or whatever it is, like whatever it is. Yeah. I didn't want to do it, but that's a whole nother.
So interesting how everybody sees life so different. Because when you were talking about like him seeing you finally and then feeling like he saw your weaknesses, I would have taken that as like, oh, okay, so he sees me for like who I am, like, because we're not always perfect. Right. So I have flaws that are through the roof, like, but I think if someone decides to stay through that, that's where like the love is. And but if someone decides to leave, I feel like that's when for sure, like, oh, okay, so you really wasn't about shit. Like you really wasn't about shit.
No,
it could, like, people look at love so different because as we're sitting here and you're saying that, I'm like, if someone leaves too, that may, like, for some people that may be love too. Like, I love you enough to help you leave you. Because this is not going to be good enough for us. I think it's love either way, but it's
how
just...
How toxic are we talking? How toxic are we
the woman... Not as I wouldn't say the woman was toxic, but it's like women fall off. I think sometimes we have a problem admitting that we fell off when we're in a relationship. Because it's like, what you mean? Like, I know I've been there where it's been like, bitch, you running yourself rampant. And you don't even see, like, you driving from Timbuktu to... You driving all over the place and you so giddy and happy in love, but like you look retarded. So I mean, like I feel like we tend to, once we're in love, it's like, oh my God, I don't gotta. It's not even a whole fact of like looking bummy. It's like yo, you being crazy.
And sometimes
I don't think it's toxic to the other person.
Sometimes leaving too, especially if you're trying in that relationship, sometimes you have to learn to love yourself and leave for yourself as well, so you don't lose yourself in the relationship. So it's like a twofold part of the story. Like, if you leave, you have to sometimes be like, okay, so I love myself enough to know that this is not good for me, and that I have to leave, and how much you're actually willing to tolerate. Because you end up tolerating things that you would never tolerate in a relationship. Somebody cursing at you because they're mad at something they're doing with themselves, or like you, I don't know, tolerating him cheating because, or whatever the case may be. You may tolerate some things that you may not have ever done before because you're trying to work on this relationship or compromise or be there for that person. My homegirl, me and her, shout out to my homegirl Cassandra. We were talking one day. We were just talking about like relationships and just dealing with people. And she said something like, "Your tolerance is a reflection of how much you love yourself." And I was just like, "Bruh, that's a fucking word. Like that is a fucking word." When she said that, I was like, "Hold on."
Say it one more time for me, child.
I said, right. She said, "Your tolerance is a reflection of how much you love yourself." That is huge. Like, what you're willing to put up with really reflects who you are as a person. Like that, I had to think about that.
But
like,
is
yo,
it for good or is it for bad?
Right. And that's a real question. That's a real question.
That is true.
I had to ask I had to literally repeat it 10,000 times to make sure I understood like what that meant. Like, I wasn't sure if it was a positive or negative thing that she was saying, because I had to keep repeating it. Like, what does that actually mean? Like, how do you take that, Gia?
I mean, for me, because I have tolerated things that I should not have. I think all of us have. But for me, I definitely, I'm like always the one that's like, oh, well, he's going through something, or give him another chance, or, you know, I'm always that person. And even if someone does me wrong, I'll usually like let it rock. If it's something that like in the big picture I won't care about, like even and that's in friends and relationships and everything. Like, I'm really not good at like being, if there's something that's like not that big of a deal, I'm gonna let it rock. But I think that like I think that's true though. I mean, you know how much you're worth, and like then also understanding how to value that worth, or how to put your value into practice is really, really important. But that takes time. Like, to build that muscle of almost worth and like self-respect, it takes time. Like, you can't just be like, I respect myself, and then you get into the situation. I respect myself. I respect myself. Wakanda forever. Yeah, right. We need to start putting them practices into work.
Right.
But you know, you can't just put the X and everything gonna be happy. Right. You have to really work at it in every single situation. Like, all right, let me think about this. What is my gut telling me? What is my mind telling me? What is my heart telling me? And then, you know, go from there.
I think the question is, when do you stop tolerating and start, quote unquote, self-loving and leave? Like, when do you think it's time to go? Like, when is enough? When is sacrificing and compromising enough, and when is it time for you to leave? Like, what is your breaking point?
I think this is a really good question, because we've spoken about this exact question before, and we were all in so many different places in life.
Right.
And now we're like super zen. You know, Bex is in a relationship. Everybody's super chill. But for myself, I feel like
just talk regular. You mad annoying?
Nah, I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm in a different place, but I still don't know. Like, I still struggle with like, when is it time to give up on something, or when is it time to let go? Because like, just me personally, like, when people be like, oh, you can't do that, or oh, I'm gonna show you 10 different ways on how I can do it. So I don't know, I've always been like this since I was a kid, trying to figure out just how to fix it. And some things you just can't fix.
Right. And I think the question applies to not just like relationships, but it could be like friendships, it could be work, it could be anything. So however you want to apply it to your situation, or whatever you feel strongest about.
I'm a lover, so I try to make things work as much as possible. So.
Oh.
That's different.
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't know what my breaking point is. I think I would have to experience it first for me to be like, well, that I'm not doing. That's crazy. Bye. in any aspect, like in any relationship, I think I'm getting to a space where I acknowledge that I possibly could have been toxic to others with my anger. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure they hit their breaking point many of times. Did they leave? No. I don't know why. But one day when I'm like 40 or 50 or whatever, I'm going to like go on a apologize spree and be like, I'm sorry.
Why does it have to be 40 or 50?
Because I'm not sure if you deserved it or not. I have to really go through that because I've cursed out a lot of people in my life. But I feel like there's certain people I have been very mean to. And for a reason. But it doesn't, my energy shouldn't do all that. Like, I shouldn't be committed to making you feel as upset as I am. So, my breaking point, I got out of a relationship last year. And that breaking point, I passed it. To a point where I was just saying mean things just so that you can leave me alone. Because I was so disrespectful. I was hurt. It was just messy. It was gross. And breaking point passed. And so now I'm just trying to figure out where. I think I know where my breaking point is. But I think that's for different people too. I don't really know. As far as a relationship goes, I can't even say cheating anymore. I remember in the beginning of this, I was like, you cheat, I'm out. But as somebody who's made mistakes, I don't know.
Is that what we're calling them?
They're mistakes.
Yes.
But as also a cheater and a person who cheated, they weren't mistakes. Like,
they were choices.
They were choices.
No,
so
facts.
when a dude cheats on me, I'm like, yo, you made that choice. You looked at dude, like, and you looked in the girl's eyes, and you
ain't
definitely
nobody's.
You thought of me, and you still did it.
Facts.
Right. Because when I did it, I thought of dude and still did it.
Oh.
Choice.
And now, did I have sex? No, but I still, I still texted. I still did things that I wasn't supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know what a breaking point is. I'm sorry. I went in circles. I don't know.
It's so tough because I feel like as we evolve, our breaking points will change. Like as we get older, as we go through more things, as we go through different things. Like imagine being with somebody for 27. I just always look at like my parents and I'm like, yo, she crazy. Like he's crazy. Like you really here. Like you did not leave. I don't know. I think you have to have the capacity. I think you have to have the mindset. I think you have to really, really choose that person. Like at the end of the day, like this is who I'm going to be with. But then also know that that person is choosing you. Like today on the train, I was thinking about how whoever I end up with, whatever like man I end up with who loves me has to be protective, like protect me from myself when it comes to me being so big picture. Because I will do a lot of, just because things will happen. Like say I get into a tiff with a friend or say that I my feelings get hurt. A lot of times I won't say anything because I'm like, it's not really that big of a deal. But eventually things will build up and then people will learn how to treat you in a certain way. So I'm like, I'd have to learn how to protect myself in that way. But I'm like, it has to be somebody who's going to be like, you need to say something like that's not cool. Like, so I'm always just thinking about like, there is a person out there for everybody, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, it's a real. I'm going in circles, but I'm just like, it's such a real thing. Like, who we end up with has to be a very like real journey. It has to be something that we choose each other through the bad times. Right. So I'm like, for my breaking point, once I know if the person is worth it, I feel like my breaking point might be different. But if you always are pushing me to a breaking point, then I know you're not really worth it. Like. Somebody has to give, like, it's a relationship. It's a working effort. You know, like, you can't always be hurting me, and then it's going to be like, but I'm your nigga, though.
Right.
I'm the one. You my soulmate. You know, so I'm like,
It's very complex.
It's really tough.
Do y'all want to be in a relationship right now?
Hey,
I'm just want to ask that just as friends. Like, this doesn't have to be in it, but do y'all want to be in a relationship right now? Do y'all think I'm ready for a relationship?
I think I need a few months. Maybe a year.
Alicia?
No, I don't think so. The reason why I'm not in a relationship was because I needed to learn who Alicia was before I can give myself to someone forever. And I don't think I knew that. And I felt like if I gave myself to someone forever, I cheated myself out in the long run. And I don't think I would have been able to live with that forever. There would always have been a what if, and just knowing who I am, I live in the past. I didn't want that for my future, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So for me to say I want to be in a relationship right now wouldn't be fair to the person I just, came out of a relationship with, because the whole point of this was for me to get to know myself and learn myself and figure out what I want, figure out what I want in a man, what I want my career to be, if my career is even as important as me wanting family, all these questions that I just feel like I needed to have some type of clarity on. So I at least need to give myself, I don't want to say a year, I don't want to give myself a time, but at the very least a year of me, like dating and meeting other people and going to the movies by myself and just doing shit.
It's the best feeling.
Still haven't done that yet, but
girl, do it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
I saw Black Panther by myself. It was really fun.
I'm gonna see it by myself tomorrow because I want to pay for the movie for one, and two, I enjoy sitting by myself. Although sitting with Gia was the best experience ever. It was. I love the clapping.
You are such a ham. I swear.
And all the yes. Yup. Yes.
She's a ham.
I said I love.
You was chanting the Wakanda chant?
No, I wasn't. But I was very I was like I was like,
but like Gia didn't see it twice before.
It doesn't matter. It's that good.
Every time I look at her, she's like, "It's good."
That's definitely a Gia thing.
What do you expect?
Oh yeah, I saw New Edition with Gia. Gia is really cute in the movie.
Really cute. Like it's just.
My friend was mad at me one time when I see one of my friends was mad at me because I saw I think it was a New Edition movie. I started crying. No, it was Logan.
Nah.
It was Logan. Y'all seen Logan?
Yeah. What you crying from?
Girl, the end when she was talking to her dad and was like, no, don't, no.
How many times you cried?
Was flying off track. Get back on track to your question. Talk about some goddamn Logan.
Logan was a good ass movie and it's Marvel. Still,
Shout out to
okay,
Marvel.
Get on track.
Still
Yeah.
in the track. We still in the book. Are you ready for a relationship?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared.
Oh, that's honest.
I'm really scared.
Thank you for your honesty.
I mean, I would like to love because I'm a lover. So
Every time you say lover, you gotta say I'm a lover.
I'm a lover.
Are you a Spice Girl as well?
I am.
Okay, it's nice
I'm
to
a
know.
lover, and I love people. I love people. Like if we vibe, I just love you. I find these things love about you. I used to find these things to fix about you, but I've grown up. But
again one more time.
I'm serious. I used to find these things to fix about people, but I've grown up since.
That's deep.
But if I'm struggling with this thing. I do love a person now, and it's kind of like, bitch, you need to get the fuck over this shit. I do love a person. I do. I love you guys. But I don't know. I'm scared. I'm really scared. I need somebody.
What do you think?
Because I need someone to match my energy, and I need someone to when I have these insane ideas of sending 105 kids to see Wakanda, like I need somebody to be like, oh, that's amazing.
Wakanda.
Let's plan it. Like I just need someone.
Get you a friend. You have Rebecca.
I do have. I have friends. I'm not.
You got Rebecca. Shit.
As she looks across the table.
she just volunteered you, Rebecca, to hold 105.
But what you
makes
haven't
sense.
said what you're scared of.
I'm scared that someone won't match my energy. I'm scared that they won't get me.
Oh, man.
I'm really scared of that. That they won't just. They'll be
like fit in, like snap.
I'm scared.
Like that's.
And I mean,
how would you know until you try?
Right.
I didn't say I wasn't trying, but
No, I'm asking because I'm afraid, like you were. I'm sorry, you spoke from my heart, so I was like, dang, she right. Like I'm mad scared, but how will we know?
Gotta keep
out here
kissing these
getting hurt.
toads, child. God keep kissing these toes.
I will say that though, if something does come along in my journey to self, that sweeps me off my feet, I hope I am open enough and willing and ready to explore that. That is what I'm scared of.
Amen.
I think I'm falling.
That is scary.
I'm falling in love with the idea of being in a relationship. I don't think I really want to be in a relationship. I think a lot of us too, not y'all, I'm just saying a lot of us in life have this idea of what they want a relationship to be like, especially if they've been out in one for a little bit of time. They're like, oh, I would like you romanticize shit like, oh, I just got this new apartment and like to have somebody in here with me and watching Netflix because that's all I do. Stuff like that.
And chilling. And
cooking for, only once a month, but enough for you to respect me. So I think I like the idea of it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's I always have to so I write myself notes all the time where I'm like, remember when you hated waking up next to him every day?
That's real. So you can remember.
I know that you should be right.
No, that helps though.
It helps me because
I can't.
Remember when you spent a little bit more time outside the apartment because you just couldn't see the face in 5 seconds? Like you needed air for 2 seconds. Remember when you was talking to your friends for a long time outside of the apartment just so you didn't want to go upstairs? Remember?
And you found your ass anyway.
And you find my ass anyway.
Oop, damn, that's it. Real story, guys. Niggas is like, shit.
So there's times, I understand that men are different, though, that, the next experience may be different. But I just remember that experience where that's human. You know what I'm saying? To every day, one day, out of the days, be like, fuck, I don't see you again. I have to talk to you. And I don't want to talk. Some days, I just don't want to talk. Mm-hmm. So that's just going to be hard to, and then also dealing with somebody else's personality. And being like, some days he don't want to talk, and I want to talk, and I want to ask what's wrong with you. Now I think it's something wrong with me, and now I'm having an issue. Now I'm self-loathing, and so there's all those levels. But to romanticize about it is fun. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think fuck buddies are around and alive.
What?
Here we go.
Wait.
I've been on a spree.
How do we get to fuck buddies? Wait a minute.
What?
Spree?
No, I didn't say that.
Wait.
What?
I didn't say that. If you try to do my voice, don't do it. It wasn't me. It was Scott.
So fuck buddies are good because of what? Because it's
to flirt with this.
It's really flirt with the idea of relationship, but not relationship because no strings attached.
But as long as that communication is there, now I know what everybody's gonna say that it doesn't work. That doesn't work. Somebody's gonna get fucked up. Somebody's gonna. If you have some mental strength, and you say, "Yo, I want to flirt with the idea of having a boyfriend, but not really. Can we have sex?"
What?
I've done it. Can we have sex and chill, just chill,
Netflix and chill,
right? And chill and cook for each other.
So that's not considered dating? I don't understand what.
I don't want it to be a relationship. I don't want to hate you.
Yes, this is not a relationship. We're just doing. We're just enjoying ourselves. Let's just enjoy what we have.
The fucking is what we're enjoying.
Yeah, that too.
Well, in the companionship,
right?
Are we
in the relationship?
Yes, and then when the summer comes,
are you going home?
Wow.
No, you.
It depends. I spent the night and I thought shit was something, but it wasn't.
Shit. That's a whole other episode. When the communication is there, I'm talking about when y'all are sitting down and you're like, listen,
we just fucking.
The winter is here. We know what's happening.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah,
right.
You have somebody that's
and we know what's going on now.
If that's what you want.
Now, if things go further and we have feelings that are further than this, we need to communicate them. I
feel like somebody always falls.
Right, and then we'll communicate them, and there will be no love lost because we will go separate ways.
Lies. People are human. They're gonna be like you. When you looked at me for that extra second.
But do y'all really think women could really be fuck buddies?
Yes. Look at me. Please. All four of y'all.
Look at me.
Yes.
Look. I love it. Own it.
I
am a fuck buddy. I love it. That's what you just did. You declared it. I'm a fuck buddy.
Just one person.
Put that in your Instagram bio.
That should definitely.
I don't get
booking
attached
info for
with
fuck
sex.
buddy at fuckbuddy@gmail.com.
Wait. You don't get what?
Attached with sex. Attachment doesn't involve with sex.
Have I in recent weeks? Huh?
What are you? Yo, just say what you want to say because you're mad annoying.
I'm no, Jeff, cut this out. I don't want cut this out, Jeff. But I'ma just say it. I've been sexually liberated in the past couple of weeks. It's pretty fun.
Who are you?
I'm sure.
Why we gotta cut this out?
Oh yeah, let's keep it in because I don't know. My mother asked me to put a link the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll send it to you." I thought you listened to the first couple of episodes. But right. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, I just there have been needs that have been met.
By whom?
I'm not saying that.
She doesn't have to say
gentlemen.
Okay.
But
no, I was just saying
because
I mean
that you're not falling for or not really involved.
Not at all.
Exactly. That's it.
Not at all.
It's possible.
Okay.
Now I've been in a situation where we were buddies, and then he was like, "So when are we gonna take this to a different level?" And I was like, "Well, there's no different level.
This is it.
This is the level." And then when summer comes, we forget. And then we come back in winter.
I can't do that. I have no.
But
that's a situation shit.
So
right.
No. It's I mean,
it's all the same. It's all the same.
There
what I'm
was
saying is, if you have the heart, some people don't have the heart. Some people, and I'm not saying that not having the heart is weak. Some people just have the heart of love. Maybe my heart is a little bit darker.
But here's the thing. I got the heart of love, just not for the people that
right.
Currently
loving. Mama has needs.
You can't. The whole what is it? Let's talk about Safari. Safari's dick is huge, right?
Ooh.
So we saw Safari's dick.
Can you stop?
That's his dick on the mic.
Goodbye.
That was
Thank
Black
you for
Girl
tuning in to Black Girl
Pod.
Podcast. No, that's
She done lost her damn mind.
Bye.
What time is your Uber coming? Because
It's not over, y'all. Come on, let's talk about it.
No, it's huge.
Can you stop tapping on things, please?
I think it's just the hook.
Are
it's
you
the
scared
hook
that
did
it's-
it.
Wait a minute.
The hook is what did it. I was
Are
like,
you about to pull it up on your phone right now?
no.
Oh, okay. Because I was just wondering why you were.
Don't mind if I do.
It's the hook.
Well, y'all all done seen Safari's
Video.
blessings. And, I wasn't ready.
Blessings.
But it made sense. Why
Nikki
you could
stayed.
have a girlfriend for 12 years.
Absolutely.
That didn't respect you.
That didn't respect you.
I just want to know.
She did gay.
Right. She didn't respect him. But she respected that dick.
Highly. She
We
did.
don't know if Safari is really putting it down, though.
Come on,
But
man.
this-
But you ain't got to do much.
Because that's
I'm
a
just saying.
conversation, though. You
What?
can have the package and
not
not know what to do with it.
Wow, that's
better watch.
unfortunate. I'm praying for you, sis and man.
Whoever that is.
Whoever that is. I'm praying for you because that's kind of crazy.
Well, we don't know what Safari knows how to do and not do, but
I'm pretty sure.
Shout out to whoever's cervix is getting that because boy,
Wow, cervix?
whatever the whole everything.
Jesus, that's a lot.
I'm sorry, you just tapped this dick on the mic.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I think got a hook. Call him Captain Hook.
Captain Hook.
there she is.
God damn.
Welcome.
That thing is there.
Back.
But still wouldn't make me date Safari. So
Date?
no.
Who said we
You
was
wouldn't have
dating?
a situationship with him?
Nah.
Yes.
Nah, I wouldn't. Nah.
He would be a booty call.
That him as a whole? No, I couldn't do that.
I'd have.
I would like to take it off and put it on like a Michael B. Jordan.
Time took.
Oh
She's gonna say some
God.
other shit. I was about to say it's time
Cool.
to end this.
No. If I could detach the dick and put it on a different person, I'd be like,
shower.
damn, yeah. So who would you detach the dick and
Put
put
it in
it
your
on?
show. We just need the dick right on
This
the
a whole.
shower.
This
Just
is
on
a
the
whole
top. We
other
don't need
show.
nobody else. Just
Oh
put it in
my
the
God.
shower.
Black Girl Pod After Dark.
Literally, if you are under the
They
age of
should be
18,
aight.
turn this off.
They
Fucking
done
at
been through
16.
27 episodes. They'll be
Fucking
alright.
at 16. But it's listen, that thing. He should, if he's really into business, put that thing in the porno. Get a little makeup dildo of it, a dildo thing, a
dildo.
vibrator,
vibrator.
whatever. By the way, can we one day we gotta talk about sex toys. All right, I'm done. I'm finished. I just want to tell you guys.
We spiraled all the way.
No, I just need to tell y'all.
This is a great episode.
It's impossible. Don't do it. You'll never enjoy sex ever again. Goodbye. Throw this whole show in rice.
Episode 27.
Yes, because don't do it. Don't do it.
Throw
Don't
this
do
whole
it.
show on
Don't
rice.
do dildo.
I agree, though.
No, don't do vibrators
I agree.
because it ruins your
I
life.
feel like that's why I never did it.
Do it like every 6 months.
I don't have one.
I do it every day. It's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I would have an obsessive
Thank you for listening to
personality.
Black Girl Podcast 27.
We'll talk
No,
about that next
you
I'm
should
Saphira
see the
M.
amount of batteries.
I'm Saphira
The
M.
batteries.
Searching for
that I
your,
go
where's the
through.
remote? Where's my remote? I need some batteries. Where's my remote?
Yo,
Yeah,
that is the God's honest
Dead
truth.
ass. No.
Flip that shit over.
TV be dead as hell.
My
Can't watch
Amazon,
shit.
my Amazon thing don't have no battery no more. My alarm clock don't have no battery no more.
Bitch be tight when it's AAA batteries and not double.
Where's the clock in the bathroom? That's the only one that's a AAA.
The fire alarm. You have to legit search. Which reminds me, I have to buy some. There's no. This battery's all over my apartment.
Oh,
Damn. Damn. God damn.
But don't do it. Don't do
Yo,
it.
the fire alarm, though.
Fire alarm. It has those, girl. If you gotta
Risk
go,
your life. That's what that sounds like. You
which
risking
which
your
is
life.
crazy because you know what? I swear to
That's
God.
how Jack Pearson died. Don't do that.
No.
Oh no,
Wait,
no,
what?
no,
This
no,
is us, child.
no, no, no.
No, but that's how I went to a party and left the fire on, and left the napkin right by, but it was low. I thought I turned it off. It just was low. So when I walk into the apartment, I'm like, "This is glow in the dark. What the fuck is that?"
It's glow in the dark.
And I was like, "Oh, that's a fire." Meaning, if there was a fire in my apartment, there's no fire alarm because the batteries is out.
It's because they in your fucking vibrator.
Oh, not the fire alarm.
Y'all, let's go.
Yes.
All right. No, but we gotta talk about that. It's a real thing. We're gonna get a sexual expert in here.
Stop saying what we getting in here. Don't
All right,
get them in here.
we are going to get one in there to talk
No,
about.
we're not. We're gonna talk amongst ourselves
Because there's no way you can be better than a vibrator. All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Shout out to guys who think they are though. Shout out to y'all. Y'all work hard.
That's a whole nother episode, too.
Y'all not a vibrator. Stop trying to be a vibrator.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right.
Crazy.
Everyone here has not drunk anything.
I
today.
love this episode. It is really funny.
Don't try to hum on the click.
What is happening?
Good night.
Thank you for
Goodbye.
listening to Black Girl Pod.
Black Girl Podcast is done.
This is Saphira M.
I'm Scotty
I'm gonna-
B.
I'm Alicia P.
Spankings.
I'm back.
Your mother's better never hear
Black
this.
Daria, abilities to get there, right?
There it is.
She did it. Stay
I'm
tuned.
Gia Peppers. See you later.
Stay
Bye,
tuned for
guys.
the end of the episode.
Yes.
Bye.
Black Girl Podcast episode number
27.
Wow.
27,
What a
27,
year.
27. I'm Scotty Beam.
I am Saphira M.
I am Gia Peppers.
And I am Alicia P.
We waiting for Rebecca to come, y'all. She in traffic or something.
It's actually at the door. Jeff, take that out.
She's late.
No, that's funny.
I wanted to mimic her. I just wanted to sound like Rebecca. I was waiting for somebody to do it.
Okay, so wait.
I don't know. How does she sound on opening?
I'm Black Daria.
I'm Blivik Daria.
Blividic Daria.
Like, you gotta say it like you're
I'm
having sex.
BLVJ.
I'm Blivik Daria.
Daria.
Ew, Deanne, really?
Blividic.
Blividic.
Blividic Daria.
Live on this dick.
What is happening? Nope, I don't want to
Blib
take
this
this out.
dick.
I don't want to take this out. This is
You
comedy
better
gold.
blib this dick.
You better. This is
Live
great.
on this dick. Bleed on this dick.
Jeff, don't you dare take this.
Diarrhea.
Live on this dick. You should make this a drop, Jeff.
Blib on this dick.
Hello, this
Blibbing
is
on dick.
Live on
Bliv
this
this
dick, Daria.
Blib
You're
it.
listening to the
Wow.
Black Girl Podcast.
Guys,
Yeah,
audience
please.
members, please don't tune out.
Blib.
She's coming in the 2
Only these
seconds.
I don't even get it.
What? Now she's
the
just
fuck
started
up.
scatting, Lord.
Shut up.
I mean, sorry, Lord, not to include you in this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We need him.
Amen.
We need him.
How y'all doing now?
Are we starting or are we waiting for
I
her?
thought we were waiting for Rebecca.
I was not. We should not take this out. I thought it was comedy gold.
Or at least as a blooper.
Oh yeah, we could do that. We could do that as a
We'll just
promo.
put it at the end of the episode.
Yes.
Or you could do that, yeah.
Yes, Jeff.
So Jeff, we're gonna use that whole thing at the end of the episode.
Because Rebecca's a late.
She's a liggity late. Liggity late.
So then,
How bad is? Nope, not asking y'all.
No, come on. Bring on the ask.
Monique said if there was
Married men,
oops,
you'll go to hell.
Don't.
All right? Don't ever date a married
your
man.
life.
I would never date one. I'm saying I would never.
Don't do it.
I thought about it.
Early in the morning.
Your man?
is a fucking mess. Which one?
Where did she go?
Both of them.
No. Pops had
I went to the bathroom.
entered my DMs, but it was
The brother.
who
What is
I
his
fell
name?
for.
Livik!
Both Blivik on his dick.
Hey.
We got a surprise for you at the end of the episode.
Yeah, you have to listen.
You have to listen to it.